The right to vote is what makes America great.
Coming up on today's election special, the campaign trail comes through Winthrop as candidates try to win your vote.
Want to see how you can vote when you have no way to get to the polls? We will show you just how college students make it work.
Welcome to our coverage of the 2018 midterm elections. I'm Charity Bynum.
And I'm Lydia Robinson. The 2018 midterm elections mark the midway point in President Donald Trump's presidency and decide whether the Congress will swing to the left or the right.
All 435 seats in the House of Representatives and 35 of the 100 seats in the Senate are up for grabs, which could mark a shift in power. Republicans currently control both the House and the Senate, but a strong showing from Democratic activists could change that.
Not everyone can vote in person. Absentee voting occurs when someone cannot make it to the polls, whether it be an active service member, disabled, or a college student. I found out how some students are making their voices heard. Students in college are usually in a bind when it comes to voting while in school, no transportation being the main concern. The main issue college students face when it's election time is, how am I going to get to the poll? Most college campuses do not allow freshmen and sometimes sophomore students the right to drive. But more than that, most students do not own a car.
I will be absentee voting because I do not have a way to get to the polls, as I don't have a car because it was totaled in a car accident not too long ago. So I still want to, of course, vote. So I'm going to try my best to vote. And the only way to do that is to vote absentee.
Driving isn't the leading force for absentee voting. Most college students are still registered to their home address.
Well, I live 3 hours away in Charleston, and I'm still registered to vote there. So being able to absentee vote is helpful because I can vote during the weekend rather than going home Tuesday on a weekday.
1 in every 4 college students absentee votes. This easy service allows 25% more college students to vote. The University of Winthrop is encouraged to make their voices heard during these important elections. Classes were canceled and shuttles were provided to bring students to the polls. Exercising the right to vote is crucial, whether you vote at the polls or by absentee. One Winthrop student says he's proud to be
level or on the national level. And so, becoming a citizen was a really big deal for me because I really wanted to be able to register to vote. And once I became a citizen, it just seems like, the most logical next step. I think it's a very powerful thing. I think at the end of the day, everyone has one vote, and no one can take that away from you. And so,
if you hope to vote absentee next year, it's easy. Go to scvotes.org to learn more about absentee.
It's important to vote because the November elections will direct U.S. politics for the next 2 years. If Republicans control Congress, it will clear major hurdles for President Trump, potentially allowing him to pass more tax cuts and fund the border wall with Mexico. But if Democrats win enough seats, it could block Trump's agenda and regain control. I went out to discover why the student makes that.
Every vote matters.
Candidates at every level of office are vying for your attention and support.
Governments in many ways affect your life more than the federal government does on a day-to-day basis. Things like the quality of roads, the quality of education, the quality of health care in your community. All those things are decided by the people who are going to be elected next week.
Voting is not just a right, it's a responsibility that may take a few minutes but has impact for years to come.
If we don't vote, then we allow other individuals to make the decision for us. It gives us a chance to tell the government what we want it to do and how we would like it to deal with things that impact our daily lives.
Millennials continue to have the lowest voter turnout. Only about 46% voted last presidential election.
It's important for young voters to vote because we make up so much of the population and we just don't show up, which allows the old people that often still live in the past make decisions for us.
Voting is our society's great equalizer. No matter our position in life, income, ethnic group, or social status, every citizen over the age of 18 has the right and power to cast their vote. To regain control of the Senate, Democrats will have to win every race and pick up a couple of Republican seats. Just another reason why every vote matters.
It's not only the student votes that matter. Everyone's vote is important. Morgan Lauer spoke with one staff member to find out why voting now makes a big impact down the road.
No matter the age or generation, every single vote counts. Be sure to go vote for your midterm elections.
Voting's important because you have a choice, you know, and you make a difference. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm one person, I wouldn't make a difference. If everybody didn't vote, how many ones would not vote? Lots. I don't personally see any generation's vote any more important than another. Yes, young people need to vote because if they don't start now, I don't think they will vote later. It'll just they'll become complacent and say, I don't need to vote, it doesn't make any difference. But the more people that vote, the better, I think.
Winthrop has a website where it can answer any of your voting questions, so be sure to check out winthrop.edu/westforum.
But if you're not interested in voting, you are not alone. Tune into Winthrop Close Up to see why more and more citizens are refusing to vote.
Coming up, see how college Republicans are rallying behind their favorite candidates.
Il fait si froid dehors, ici c'est confortable, laissez-vous faire, milord, et prenez bien vos aises, vos peines sur mon cœur, et vos pieds sur une chaise, je vous connais.
College Democrats and college Republicans are actively involved this election season. Our Haley Brown recently got the chance to join the college Republicans and greet some of the candidates.
That's right, students mingled with election hopefuls this week, and I got to meet some of the key players.
Ralph Norman, Ray Fielder, and Bruce Bryant, along with others, all made an appearance at the Republican election rally at Winthrop University. The event was hosted by the college Republicans.
We put this event on because we just wanted people to get excited, have exposure to all the candidates. You know, the election's in 12 days. So not much time left, so we just want to get out the vote and make sure our candidates win come November 6th.
There was one theme and one message tonight. Your vote matters.
And every single vote counts. It's so important that people get out, voice whatever their opinion is, and participate in a process that's built on them and built on their voice.
Congressman Ralph Norman wanted to remind young people how this election affects them.
You pay Social Security. You pay Medicare. So we all should be involved. That's our democracy, and we've got to keep our democracy. To observe what's been going on is so important, and to exercise the right to vote is what makes America great.
Haley, after reporting at the event, what stands out as memorable?
Well, Congressman Ralph Norman surprised us all when he showed us a postcard he received in the mail that had swear words on it.
And folks, this is mine. This is mine. I'm not going to repeat it. First class stamp addressed to Ralph Norman. If my grandchildren had seen this, and it had more to come. This is what we're fighting for. This is what we've got to stop.
Wow, this election really has people fired up.
Yeah, it really surprised me to see how much hatred some people have in their hearts.
Wow, what an experience. Thank you, Haley. College Democrats are also busy this election season. The organization hosted a streaming of the gubernatorial debates with food, drinks, and discussion. Many people said the event was very important.
We have to know what's going on. We have to really come out and support establishments like this and things like this that are happening. And once we come out and support it, we can see what's happening, what's going on, and we'll know whether to go right or left.
Being a former Republican is definitely a very big difference. Being a Democrat to me means being very active on social issues and wanting to make a difference in people's lives.
The president of Winthrop's College Democrats has strong feelings for why she feels most people should vote Democrat.
Basically, if you're not rich, straight, white, and male, you should not vote for Republicans. Those are the people that they represent. Democrats are against voter suppression, we're against homophobia, racism, and if James Smith is elected governor, the state of South Carolina's policies will change drastically to help the everyday South Carolinian.
If you'd like to attend the next Winthrop College Democrats event, follow them on Facebook to find out what's coming up.
Not everybody will be exercising their right to vote in this election. Stay tuned to Winthrop Close Up to find out why.
Why do I feel so alone? Why do things never go my way? No one understands me. I just need someone to talk to.
A new report by Wallet Hub shows that South Carolina is one of the least politically engaged states. The Palmetto State ranked 40th place. Only a few states had worse overall levels of political participation, including Texas, South Dakota, New York, Hawaii, and New Mexico. Overall, voter registration is down and political apathy is up. Christine Shannon shows us why more and more people are refusing to vote.
General elections for South Carolina are just around the corner, but not everyone is registering to vote on November 6th. Some South Carolina residents are hesitant on voting because of disinterest or fear of their voices not being heard.
Personally, I'm not interested in voting because I've never had the desire to vote. I feel that people should if you want to, but I don't feel educated enough on politics and I don't like politics. So I don't feel like I need to.
I don't feel like my knowledge of politics is strong enough in order to cast my opinion. And I feel that one vote out of the so many million in South Carolina just to win the Electoral College isn't really a big factor.
Some people believe voting is a citizen's civic duty, while others treat voting more like an option rather than a necessity.
Well, I think that's a really hard question. I think sometimes people are just turned off by the idea of politics because it's just so volatile and nasty and just negative nowadays, which understandable as somebody who keeps up the news regularly. It gets very tiring. But that still doesn't mean you can't stop doing your civic duties as a citizen.
Whether it's because of the fear that their voices won't matter, being undereducated about politics, or just lack of desire, not every citizen will be at the poll booths this November. This is Christine Shannon for Winthrop Close Up.
We leave you tonight with students' reactions to the midterm election.
Photojournalist Markayla Johnson spoke with several students to find out what voting means to them.
I'm going home to vote tomorrow.
I'm going to drive home the hour drive tomorrow and vote. I plan on going home to vote.
Your voice can really change like principles, ideas, or anything. And also you have like a voice. Your voice can be heard through your vote.
I feel like voting, I guess, you can kind of have a say in what's going on, like, you know, as far as like, you know, in your community, in your government. And I just feel like why wouldn't you want to, you know, kind of change things if you don't like how they are?
I think voting is important, especially in the local elections, because it really gives you a chance for your voice to be heard. I think people often underestimate the power that voting in local elections is, but that's the most important, I think.
Because I feel like us as a younger generation needs to also have a voice, and one way to do that is by going out and voting.
My opinion matters as well, like as a whole society. Like we have contributions to provide for.
It's very important because you have a say in what's happening in the
United States, and a lot of people complain, and if you're not voting, then I feel like you shouldn't complain because you're that voice if you vote.
Thank you for joining us for our midterm election special. Remember, every vote counts, so be sure to head to the polls.
Also, be sure to check out our Twitter account to stay up to date on the latest Winthrop news.